That's a good point. I mean, we said going for the Fang without a pick was pretty precarious. They did it anyway. But yeah, the wave clear is going to be a little bit tough. Normally your mage is your mid laner is your wave clear, right? They're the ones that can flash a wave real quick, rotate, do whatever. The Zinks, not really the best at that, unfortunately. So they're going to be looking for the Decker and the Skylar, rather, to put in some of that damage. So if they get some of those seedlings down, their towers stay alive. The big thing about the seedling pressure, though, is that it splits the team. And this is where that coordination and communication comes in. Knowing, oh, Kwong, I have to go to the other side of the map to get the seedling. I'll be right back. Give me 5 seconds or whatever it is. But that's just enough time for you to then take a tower. You have to retreat, whatever it is. You can see the crew going for a nice push here in the mid lane. They get a tower, and they get some milk.
Very funny to use that example is Marky goes to the other side of the map, looking to try to take down maybe Candy. Then that should alleviate some of this pressure here. You still got the enhanced minions to worry about. Right now, the crew played enough in the game where they can just take these steps forward, say, all right, here we are. Do you want to fight us? No? Well, then you're going to have to deal with this poke damage, Denim. Simply hop over the Decker cage. That thing is containing absolutely nothing right now. Wait, buying time. That's gonna go down.
It's a great siege here from the side of the crew. It's a 4-1 split, and they find 2 inhibitors. Now they're sieging the base. The Abyssal Rift creates some more space for them. This engage, the engage tools for the side of the crew are immaculate right now. They're putting the pressure on.
Mento barely alive after Denim aggresses, and it seems like Complexity cannot say the same. His situation is quite simple. On the grayscale, 3 dead, and now the crew is looking to turn this entire game around in just a blink of an eye. Undead Horde all the way in, but finds himself in the middle of an apocalypse itself. All 5 fall. Death awaits, fall to their grave, and the crew take game 1.
Oh my goodness, we were worried about, okay, how are they gonna...
Triple.
Yeah, that's a big big
You would kill me if we didn't shout it out.
That's fair, that is fair. We were worried about how they were going to scale. I, for one, was concerned, but they were playing a burst composition, and eventually when you're at 35 minutes, everyone's at 6 items, your burst potential is insane. The amount of penetration, magic penetration that you have can cut through any defense. The problem with the side of Death Awaits, they didn't have the right engage. They had the Kwong, they had the Aurora, but you have to be very good when you are trying to engage singularly with those characters. The follow-up has to be there. The Kwong was engaging time after time, but would fall immediately. And then they didn't know what to do after that, because where was the follow-up? The traditional mage needs to be there, folks. Sync's just not it, unfortunately. But good job for the crew. This is a good testament of, okay, you can lose a little bit, you can take some knocks, but be like Rocky, bounce back, right? Win in the later rounds, and you'll take the game. Don't just surrender right away. Hey, I'm from Philly, baby. We know Rocky Balboa always gets back up no matter how hard you get hit. That's what I'm talking about right now. The crew, though, they're up 1 in this one.
Hitting up, Danny.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for your patience, and it will be rewarded in due time. Game number 2 of the crew against Death Awaits. Philly, it starts right here, right now, right back in the draft.
Oh, and I love just getting right into the action, man. We know these draft picks are going to be coming in hot between these squads. I still expect the crew to go for this burst composition. That is, from my research on them, what I've seen in their scrims and etc., that's what they like to do. And it starts with Bengal Mac on that howitzer, really just putting in about a lot of that burst damage. The Rena then coming in to clean up, and then they kind of go from there. On the side of Death Awaits, Pop, I need a traditional mage, brother. Please give me something. Give me something. I'll take like anything. Get Gadget, an Argus, getting something, please. Chances are we're going to see like a Phase or a Greystone or a Steel go in the mid lane there for Pop, so we'll see how it goes. But they didn't play poorly. They played a great game. It's just 1 or 2 decisions didn't go their way, and then that cost them in the end. So something that they'll have to clean up.
It really felt like a case of, actually something you said kind of towards the middle of that game.
Sure.
Is where Death Awaits didn't seem to know quite how to end the game that they were playing. They had a very good lead, they had a strong position, but they didn't know where to go with it in order to close things out. And that is possibly the biggest mistake you can make against a team like the crew, who just wants to scale up and reach that late game. If you're fighting them while they're weaker than you, great. You probably win those fights. You wait for them to scale up, we see what happens.
Yeah, it's like Magikarp, right? Like you beat him down while he's splashing, you're like, okay, he's nothing. Then he evolves and turns to Gyarados, you're like, oh crap. And you gotta run for your lives.
Evolve in the middle of a battle.
Well, after the battle, whatever, he takes his licks, he evolves. But interesting set of bans here coming out, my friend. The crew banned Rena, even though they were playing the Rena. So an interesting tactic for them to kind of switch it up. And then Death Awaits kind of doing the same. They ban out the Kwong, even though they were playing the Kwong. This will open up the Boris, the big bear man, who's just been a menace in this tier. This guy, he's tough.
This is a big one to let through because remember, this was banned in game number 1 as well. Granted, it was the 3rd ban. I believe it was actually banned by the crew as well. So allowing it through here is a big sign. That said, the Yurei also gets through. Denim, player who loves these assassin type characters. We saw him with Kalari. Yurei plays very similarly to that. I've actually heard people call Yurei just a better Kalari. I'll get your thoughts on that.
No, that's absolutely right. Just better damage, can heal herself, has a better ultimate. There's lots of things to say about the Yurei. Even though, Spooky, we don't talk about Yurei. You remember that. We don't talk about Yurei.
You're right. We don't talk about Yurei.
But we're doing it now, and I love this combination of the Steel and the Yurei together because you scoop them up with the Soul Storm, you slam them back down with the Shield Slam, and that is a great wombo combo. Now it's about, okay, you have your 2 pieces. Where's your follow-up? Who is it going to be a traditional mage? Is it going to be your ADC? What do you do from there to make sure you secure the fight? Because those ultimates can only go so far. On the flip side, we are seeing the Rampage. Does it go support? Does it go offlane? Does it go jungle? So flexible is this pick. He's not infallible. He's not unkillable, not impossible to take down, right? You can play against him. He is just very annoying, which is why a lot of people ban him in the first place. And then the Phase. Haven't really seen too much of her, but in this 1.8 patch has made a resurgence, got some buffs. So people are trying to figure out, is she useful? We'll see if the crew can make it work.
Yeah, I'm actually quite glad to see the crew pick this one up, just so we know it's not going to pop heroes. That said, though, we do see that Morn get picked up, which is another pop hero pick. Now, granted, he just plays that in support, so I have to wonder if we'll see kind of what you were talking about in game number 1, some of these pieces being shifted around, slid into new positions, and maybe some role swaps happening here in game 2.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about in this type of league, right? Everyone's still figuring out, am I really a carry? Did I want to try support? Am I doing this? Like, I know when I was playing, I signed up always as support, but somehow I end up in the off lane or whatever. So it really just depends on, how your team composition is going. We are seeing the gadget, and there's that follow-up that I wanted to see. As soon as that Soul Storm comes in, the Shield Slam, boom, Tesla Dome right on top. And then, you can kind of win the fight from there. Death Awaits really going for this pit brawl composition. Look at these huge global ultimates, these massive wombo combos that they've put together. They rounded out with a 4th shot master, the Revenant, to kind of put in some of that damage, clean up some of those kills. He's going to be looking to go Vanquisher, probably 1st or 2nd items there. On the flip side, though, some more of that pick composition. We're seeing the sticky Rick. Is that going to be Bangle? I hope so.
Man, like, I don't know, because I'm looking over this whole draft here, and I'm thinking, well, sure, Pop Hero isn't playing phase, but is Bengal going to be taking it into the mid lane? Like,
oh, God.
Who's the mid laner for the crew right now?
Because normally it would be like, yo, a Skylar can go mid lane. We've seen that, right? It's not super unorthodox.
Boom, there it is.
Phase Richter too. Diabolical Spooky. I hope not, but maybe it is phase mid lane. I mean, we've seen it, right? It's not the best, but certainly not the worst. So I don't know. Bangle might be showing some new tech.
I got a big question for you, Philly, and
sure.
I'm like 20% on you having an answer for this.
No.
If phase
Stranger Danger Sarah
is connected to Richter, and Richter lands a pull, but then you pull the Richter to the phase before they finish the pull, does whoever Richter hit with the Riplash go all the way to phase?
Chad, I'll let you answer that, but no. I think it actually does. It does like the extended yoink, but you have to be very pinpoint with it, right? It has to be like as soon as it goes out, you know it's gonna connect, you gotta yoink, and then it lashes, then it rips, because I've seen people go into the fountain with that kind of technique. So if they pull it off here, I'll eat a piece of paper or something, dude, because like that would be bonkers if we witnessed that on stream.
You know, stranger things have happened, is what I'll say there.
True.
But also easier things have happened as well. So looking over at Death Awaits draft, I feel like this is a little bit more coherent, a little bit stronger. There's a lot more follow-up, which is the big thing you were looking for, right?
Sure.
We've got the Steel, the Ure, and the Gadget can all kind of go together. Then you've got Morn, who's just generically good. Revenant against Skylar is a weird matchup because, you know, Revenant locked into just that fixed attack speed, 4 shots, you're done. Skylar kind of the opposite of, haha, laser beam, are you having fun yet? How does this matchup look?
It's a really good question, because these two carries operate extremely differently. It's about the team as a whole. What the crew is doing is this is a pick composition, right? They want to find a singular target. It's like burst. It's the same thing, but this is more about stuns than just like crazy strong abilities, right? Do I get a boulder into a Riplash? Do I get a phase lance into a Riplash, right? If you lock one of those targets down and utilize the hypercharge to eliminate them, that's good. If these two are battling it out, the Skylar versus the Revenant, it's be very interesting, because Skylar, she's a little bit slow when she's using that hypercharge, which makes her a little bit vulnerable for those 4th shots. But if she can time it right to get the Sky Assault off right as he's trying to shoot it, then he can mess up the timing, miss the 4th shot. If he's reloading while the hypercharge is active, ooh, that is dangerous there for the Rev. But if he can get the root while she's trying to fly, then she's locked in, it's danger for her. So I kind of like the dichotomy between these two. It's a good tick for tack. It's going to come down to the pilot, I think, between the carries.
So, a little note for everybody that things have been a little bit backwards on the draft so far. So, I guess this phase makes a little bit more sense.
It makes so much more sense, Spooky. So much.
So does the Gadget, honestly. Like, I was looking over, like, I don't remember Pop Hero really playing that much Gadget over here. No. Bengal sure has.
Yep.
So now, I have to ask you the question, Billy.
Sure.
How does that change things? Does it change things in any way?
I mean, no. The strategy between the two, like, what you drafted in your squad is still going to be the same. Right? It's just about who is now piloting these characters. This makes so much more sense, because Venom is an assassin player, is playing the Ure, is not playing. We tried to make the Boris fit the mold. I mean, he is kind of assassin-y, but he's also a bruiser, you know, whatever. But yeah, Ure makes so much more sense. Pop playing the phase